Hi, it's
Radio Power.
and today I want to talk about how I made my new song Runaway with Undecided, Cope and Harvey. This song was actually surprisingly difficult. It took a long time to get right. What I started with is the vocal chop that's actually kind of like the core of the song. I just recorded it with no chords, nothing, just straight into the auto tune and the effects chain. The effects chain on this is kinda crazy. You can see there's a lot of just manic compression and EQ. The core of it is I just used a lot of distortion. So I just recorded that vocal loop, no chords, nothing like that. And I sent it to my longtime collaborator and my good friend Harvey. And he whipped up a demo of the song that was really, really cool. It just wasn't quite what I was looking for the record. I think we're still gonna put it out, but it's pretty sick. Just a lot poppier, which makes a lot of sense considering the kind of music he makes, but I think it's really dope. I pulled the vocal chop into FL. It took a long time to get the chord progression right. I think I must have tried every chord progression under the sun and nothing was working. And then I just laid this down. Fucking beautiful. It's kind of crazy because the first thing you hear in this song is Undecided's verse, and that was the last thing to go into it.
There's nothing beside me except this empty Bacardi. I don't talk to nobody no more. And I don't talk to God, but I see him just a little when I wake up on the floor. And I don't talk to nobody no more.
Undecided originally sent me a really fucking long version of his verse, and unfortunately I already had the song structure laid out, so I had to kind of fit his vocals into it. But he came up with this crazy rap flow for the pre-chorus, which was really sick.
Up on the floor, when I get back, we won't be sad. I'll be a star and you'll be in your bag. Used to be just you and me together, used to stick together, now let's reattach, yeah.
I wish I could have put that in the song, but it just didn't really match my vision for it. But it's fucking awesome. Also, Undecided's got a new EP coming out in August, so make sure you go check that shit out, because he's a fucking G for getting me these vocals as quickly as he did. So under Undecided's verse, I just laid it a couple more synth layers. So I pulled all the stems from Harvey's version of Runaway just to see if there was anything cool in there that I could make work, and I came across this sound. It was really cool, and I ended up just flipping it and stretching it out just for a swell into the pre. Super grainy and fucked up. I just loved it. That's my shit right there. I had this vocal I recorded, which was originally from another song. That I ended up just throwing in here, and it ended up working really well. Just super pretty. Already had a lot of reverb on it, which I think added to the character. You throw a little 808 bass build in there, and then we go into the chorus drop part, whatever. Start off with a kick, clap, little offbeat hi-hat loop. Just a couple more perks to fill out the space. And that was the loop. The drums kind of just stay the same throughout the whole song. As everything else moves around it, I feel you needed a pretty consistent beat. Just keep some sense of normalcy, otherwise the core of the song would kind of get lost. I originally started with an FM pluck bass, and it just didn't really work because I think the pitch of the song is very fragile, so I just went with a standard 808. Another interesting thing about this song is the chord progression's really strange. So in the verses it goes 1 5 6 4. But in the chorus it goes 1 5 3 4, but in like a shorter pattern. When I got to the hook, I just wanted like more of a club feel, and I feel like that minor third really just like brings some palpable tension to the beat. Then we've got this really fucked up synth sound for like the B section that I just love. Really cool. That synth went through a lot of work because the original one was like the pitch was all like fucked up. Because I just like went insane for like 3 hours on Serum. So I ended up having to use this plugin called Little Alter Boy to like MIDI map the notes and retune it after it was bounced out. See what I mean? In the B section, I came up with like a different melody to chop up. Just to like, you know, give it some variety. My favorite part of the entire song is that little... I think that that's just so sick and provides like so much energy. The last thing for this hook section is I ended up going back through the Harvey stems to see if I could find any like cool lead sounds, and I came across this. And I ended up chopping that up to create just like a tighter loop. So then we've got the second verse, which I started off with this piano part that follows the same chord progression as the first verse. Really cool. Then I hit up Cope, an all-time legend, to see if he'd want to throw vocals on this song, because I fuck with his voice. I think it's really powerful, and I think he comes up with really, really good melodies as well. And he sent me this.
I wanna ghost everybody that I know, but I leave my phone on for you.
Incredible vocalist. I think he's something really special, so tap in. I ended up making a B section for the verse, because under that second half of what Cope sent me, I just heard a more like hip-hop leaning beat.
I can't go another week, my future is looking bleak. Getting shivers just trying to think of your name now.
I ended up creating this little bit crack transition into his verse. I love little sound design stuff like that. There's so much stuff in this song that it would be impossible to break down, so I'm just hitting the main points. Then I stack some more synths under Cope's vocals just to, you know, fill out the space a little bit, give the B section to that verse some more energy. Got some like classic build elements. This sound was originally from this song. Then for the second chorus, I chopped up the already chopped up vocal chop. We have this alternate bass loop that comes in. That bass sound was originally from this remix of a Harvey song that I did. It's kind of all coming together, really. Then there's like a B section to the second drop where I brought back the original melody. I just used Lil Alter Boy to pitch it up an octave. So under that, there's this massive like synth stack. It doesn't sound too thick, but once you add it with the bass, it really like Feels like you're soaring. Little Skrillex wob moment. Then we got this post moment where it's just my vocal saying you over the beat, and it just sounds nasty. Then we got the outro with the illustrious Harvey music. These vocals were originally from the Runaway version that Harvey made, but I liked them so much that I just once I got access to the stems, I just threw them in this version.
Run away, I'll stay the night, not the day. I'll find a way to make it right. I don't play. Put your hands on my body, there's no one beside me. You think that I'm lying, I don't want nobody but you.
I also pulled a bunch more stems from that original version, just like synth layers that I thought sounded really euphoric. I stacked a bunch more synths under that. After that point, the song was really just done. It was just mixing, and the song was pretty simple to mix. The goal was just make things as loud as possible. Just absolutely push it into the soft clipper. Thank you for watching me do this silly little breakdown of my song. I appreciate you. You're awesome. I have an album coming out on July 12th. Ego Baby. You know, get hyped for that. Make sure to stream the ever-living fuck out of Runaway. I will love you forever. Peace out, fuckers.